Hi, it's Stuart here, Classical Record Collector. Thank you very much for tuning into my channel. I also sell classical records from my lpclassical.co.uk website. Now, I've been to a charity shop today. I've only found one item, but excuse me, not a bad item, not a bad item at all. So it's this. If I can just hold it up, as you can see, it's Decca gatefold. It's the 1979, January the 1st, New Year's Day concert, 2 record set on Decca with Boskovsky conducting the Vienna Philharmonic. Sorry. Yeah. So what's special about this record? Well, I didn't think too much was special about this record when I bought it. Now, I paid £1 for it, a 2 record gatefold set. I mean, to be honest with you, I partly bought it because I went into this charity shop and I noticed there were no records out on display, and I know the lady that runs it, and I bought records from there before. I said, "Oh, you're not doing records anymore?" She says, "Oh, we've got some in the back." It looks to me like they've cleared out a lot of old stock. Somebody's just come and taken the whole lot. And I thought, because I thought at first, she said she's got some in the back, and she brought out an armful of them, maybe 50 or so items. She put them on the floor for me to look through, and I thought, oh, they're just going to be the same old stuff that I've seen before the previous week. But no, it looked like new stock. There wasn't really much there, frankly. Most of it was pop and easy listening. And there were 3 classicals. There were 2 HMV concert classics, which I found completely uninteresting. And then there's this New Year's Day concert. And to be honest with you, this is a record that back in the days when I was a full-time dealer in the 90s, I wouldn't really have given a second glance, because it's a digital recording and it's not an SXL. I mean, there's really, in those days, there's nothing interesting about it really. So I hesitated though, and I thought, well, actually, for £1, that's got to be worth taking. I looked on the back. I thought, oh, wait a minute, that's quite an early one. Like, which New Year's concert is this? And I thought it must be, and I looked and it says 1979, recorded 1st of January 1979. I thought, oh, that's quite an early release for a digital LP. And I got it home, looked it up, and I found out that this is actually the first UK digital LP. I did some research on it, and I found that both EMI and Decca, being great competitors, wanted to be the first company to release a classical digital LP, and Decca beat EMI to it. They recorded, I understand, the January the 1st, 1979 New Year's Day concert in Vienna in digital, and they record it in analog, as far as I understand. I'm not certain about that. And only at the last moment, it seems, did they decide to use the digital version to be the first music publishing company to release a digital LP in the UK. So they beat EMI. I don't know what EMI's first recording was, but yeah, so I was just reading up on this. Somebody's produced a very nice website called Music of the Spheres, and he comments that the artwork on the front, originally there was no indication it's a digital recording. So they put this sticker on, this silver sticker, which I don't know if you can see that. I'll read out to you what it says. Decca Digital Recording, DDR, for use on conventional stereophonic record reproducing equipment. So they're obviously they're using this as a selling point. It's a digital recording, but at the same time, they want people to understand that it's compatible with their current hi-fi system. The fact that it's digital doesn't make any difference to the technology used to play it back, or required to play it back. Inside, you can actually see that it says digital recording engineers Tony Griffiths and Roy Hankinson. So they acknowledge that it's a digital recording inside. According to this site that I found, there should have been a leaflet in here detailing how the digital recording system works. Unfortunately, on this copy, it's not present, which is a shame, but it doesn't surprise me, because obviously it's 44 years old, this gatefold copy. Now, I'm just going to read to you what it actually says on this site because I think it's quite interesting. I'll read it out. So here we are. Such was the rivalry between Decca and EMI in the 1970s that a race developed to be the first to release a digitally recorded classical LP. Decca won with their live recording made the New Year's Day concert, January 1st, 1979, which was rushed into the shops just a few months after the concert. In the early days, editing was very tricky in the digital domain, and the live nature of the Vienna concert with no retakes made it ideal for fast tracking. There were no edits between the tracks, and Boskowski's linking announcements in German were left in, adding to the live atmosphere. Until almost a day of release, it was uncertain if the digital version would be used, and the Decca sleeve artwork made no mention of the fact that the master was digitally encoded. The silver rosette seen in the top right of my photo was stuck onto the sleeve at the last moment, and a loose insert gives details of the recording process. And then he goes on to say, in 1979, I was working for EMI's International Classical Division in Portman Square. I remember buying a copy of the Decca Vienna recording from the HMV shop around the corner in Oxford Street, taking it home, playing it, and thinking, wow. Before writing this article, I played the LP again on my high-end system, Torrens TD125, SME Series 3, and Audio-Technica ATF3, Arcam 10 amplifier and moving coil phono card, and Bowers Wilkins Nautilus 83 speakers. 30 years later, my reaction listening to the LPs is, wow, there is a warmth of sound, a totally credible stereo image beyond the speakers, a transient attack, and an extended bass that is still rarely found in today's CDs. Okay, then he goes on to say that the CD transfer wasn't a great success. Okay, so just coming back to it, I listened to the Radetzky March, which is the last track on track 4. I'm not so enthusiastic as the person who wrote this article. I don't think it compares well with analog New Year's Day concert SXLs. I actually think it compares fairly poorly. For me, what's missing? I mean, he says there's a good sound stage. I don't agree. I don't agree. I mean, you can say, oh, well, Stuart, it's your equipment. Okay, I'm using a Riga planer too. And I mean, I get a good sound stage out of my Decca SXLs. I don't think there's a good sound stage here. Everything sounds a bit compressed, unnatural. I don't like the timbre on the strings. And overall, to me, it doesn't sound anywhere near as musical and enjoyable as a good analog recording of a New Year's Day concert. It's just not realistic enough. So that's going to be a controversial opinion because I guess many of you will think, oh, Stuart, you need to upgrade your cartridge, you need to do this and that. But no, because, I mean, I've got SXLs and, they sound absolutely mind-blowing. I mean, analog SXLs compared with this. This sounds to me disappointing. But obviously, it was a great performance of Decca to get this out and get it rushed to market and, props to them for that. What else to say about this? Well, I don't know really. I mean, I like the production. I like the gatefold. I like the picture of the Vienna Philharmonic and everything. So, yeah, there it is. Do you have this record? I mean, it's not worth much. There's not much demand for it. I've been onto eBay. Somebody there selling it for a £5. I don't think this is the actual first pressing. It's got a red narrowband label. So I think the first pressing was blue. Somebody could maybe confirm that. But nevertheless, I mean, it's a good looking pressing. It's a good thick English pressing. It's just that, digital just doesn't work for me. I've heard better digital LPs than this, much, much better. But I wasn't impressed with this, unfortunately. But then again, I might as well keep it in my collection. It's a curiosity and it's a collectible in the sense that it was the first digital classical LP. Okay, well, that's all for now. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that and look forward to hearing your opinions. Goodbye.